everybody, goals, but simple spread today, and I kind of want to go over this just from a lot of the beginners. Please let me know if you haven't seen any of my layouts before or haven't used any of my tools, because I do want to go over, since this is a simpler layout, how to use my Journal Companion and my Door Hanger Pro. And the Journal Companion is a free tool that helps you split up your pages, and this is now for any notebook at all. You can edit the PDF actually, so that's pretty cool. But I want to tell you how all that works before we actually get into drawing the spread in our journal. So let me know if you're new. Let me know where you're watching from. If you are not a current subscriber, please click subscribe and like the video while you're here. And then also, I am using my own notebook. This is a Scribbles That Matter notebook, but I want to show you, this lectern is up for grabs. If you do end up posting a goal spread, use that hashtag that's down there, JYO2, on Instagram. It can be my goal spread or it can be your own goal spread. Anything having to do with goals. If you use that before Thursday, you'll get entered to win this, 2 door hangers, and a Tombow Fudenosuke pen. And you know that those are my favorite writing pens, so it's perfect. So very good to see all you guys. I do have my pup here. They've gotten haircuts. This is a different one than last week. This is Shug. He's my youngest little doodle, but he's here with me today. The other one's over there, but he's really skinny now, and he's changed a lot since last week when he saw him. So anyways, I'm gonna switch over to the bottom or to the top view. I'll actually do another flip through of this current journal because I did finish the spread from last week. Here it is with all my birthdays in there. So I was like, it needs something else. I know it does. I know it needs some color or something, but this is what I have. I do have added the birthdays to it. So anyways, I'm going to switch on over to the desk view. I'm going to show you how to use the Journal Companion, which is this guy, and hopefully it will make sense to some of you. If you know how to use this, just be patient. We'll get to the spread in a minute, but I just kind of want to go over this because it's pretty much used in all of my layouts. And then this is completely free, and then if you want the tools, you get a 2-pack of door hangers, and that's for $12.99, and it just makes this a lot simpler and no calculating at all. So if you do go to the website, you'll find this Journal Companion. It might look kind of crazy and complicated, but it's really not. So you can download it to your computer, and if you have Adobe or anything, you can actually edit these 2 numbers up here to the square height of your notebook and the square width. So the height of this one is actually 39, I believe, in the Scribbles That Matter, maybe 37. It's 1 off from the lectern. So these are the lectern, which most of you guys have. Just let me know what journals you have. And so that's what's in this companion. So if it's 38 tall, if you want to split it into, say you want to split it just in half into 2 sections, it would be at 19. So that's where you would put that line. And then 38, of course, they're all going to end with 38 would be the last line. So you keep going down, and if you want to split it into 3 sections, you would stop at that 12.7, which is 12 full squares, and then a little more than half. You can do half, whatever. We don't have to be super exact, but that's what the decimal points mean. It means just like a 0.7 into the next square. So anyways, so that's why I have these reference rows here, A through N. So it's the same thing with width. And once you do that, it'll calculate it for your own journal. So the door hanger is just a tool that kind of makes this a lot easier. You don't have to worry about numbers. This is for any A5 size, and it actually has the letters here, and it'll show you how it's split. So if you want to split your page into 6 equal sections, you can look at the E. That's the height. It'll split it for you. And since this is made for all A5 notebooks, I'll show you what you can do with it. So since it's made for all A5s, you want to just line the middle line, the longest line in the center of the book, and it goes all the way across, and then you can decide on which type of lines you're doing. So in this one, we are going to be using the grid with the E's, and then with H and then K over here. It's really just one line, and really you don't even need this grid. But that's what we're going to use this time. So I am going to draw this goal spread, and what we're going to do is kind of do some fun lettering on it. So I know it's super simple, like the lines and everything, but I do want to use some of your input when I'm making the lettering on the headers and everything here. So I'm going to first start out with splitting this right page into equal sections. This is going to be kind of what it looks like. I want to split my goals up into these separate little sections. So I want to have maybe smaller goals going in here, and then I also want to have what habits to form to kind of reach these certain goals, and then the next steps to take. So that's what these are for, is trying to get you to think about, you know, you can always set a big goal, but how do you reach it? So that's kind of what I want you to think about when you're setting these type of goals. So what I'm going to first do is, again, make the grid. All of my layouts do have the red line that's dotted, and that means you draw it in a pencil first. So let's see. Trying to see your guys' chat here. I can see it now. So we got some Tennessee and Texas, Minnesota. My boyfriend's from Texas, so good to see you guys. Michigan, Seattle. Very good to see all of you here. I'm going to start out with the pencil lines. Again, I'm going to do the E, which means if you look at here or look at the journal companion, you can see it's dividing it up into 6 sections. And you can always create different headers for these sections of goals, but I did about 6 of them, and there's another one. This can be like a fun type goal thing down here. So we are going to split it up. If you were using the companion, you could look at E and tell where those lines actually go. This is for the left term, so I'm not going to do it here, but you would do 6, about 6, a little over 12, 19 in the middle, etc. So I just wanted to make that clear, just in case some of you guys haven't used these tools before. We're going to go down E, and we're actually doing this all the way across the page. So that's another cool thing about these, is you can go all the way across the page pretty much with one line instead of 2 lines with your ruler. So we'll start at the top E. And this is super light pencil lines because we know we're going to come back and erase everything. There is something like a poll here that I can hopefully share with you guys. I'm not really sure. This YouTube Live stuff's new for me. I had the right URL this time. I actually set it up correctly this time. So E is going to be another just right in the middle here. And this is the original door hanger. It is only good for the left term journal. It actually has the numbers. Instead of all the letters, it has numbers by 5s. So it lines up right under your page and lines up with all the squares, so you don't have to count. So it is a little bit different. And that's also why I have the gridded layout in that PDF that you see linked down below. It's the gridded one, and that is the left term, so it's 2638. So if you have a left term, you can kind of look at the dots in your journal and look at this layout, and it matches up. And then there's one without the grid for any other notebooks. Central Florida, where in Central Florida are you? Crystal, I have family in Weeki Wachee, or Spring Hill, I think is right there beside it. And so this right page, we're just going to do a halfway line. And the coolest thing, and I don't know if this is in the older versions, I don't think it is in the Scribbles That Matter journal, but it has these little notches here right in the middle, so you know exactly, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of bright, but it has a little notch there. It's like a line instead of a dot, and there's also some down here, and I just noticed that when I first started using this notebook this year. I was like, it's already there for you. It's amazing. The next one is just pretty much just give room for a header. You don't even have to put this line here. You just want to have room for a header. New Zealand, I did not realize you were from New Zealand. That's awesome. Let's see. That's somewhere I've always wanted to go, so that is super, super cool. All right, so I am going to just put kind of like just a guideline here. I'm not going to do anything because this can be however you want. And I was thinking about, I can't figure out how to put these polls out to you guys, but let me know what, let's see, what color you want me to use for the 2019 goals header up here. So let's do, I feel like I always have just the same bright colors. So blue, pink, or green. So go ahead and just comment. I did have a poll, but I feel so untech savvy on YouTube for some reason. So just tell me blue, pink, this is like a light blue, or maybe that's like a teal, I don't know, and then green. So let me know. Oh, that's awesome. It's funny. It's a funny little connection. I've never been to Leesburg. I've probably been around it and through it because Florida's right next to us. I'm in Alabama, so I literally live right beside Pensacola. So it's like an hour drive for me to Florida. So not too far. I got a blue and a pink. So that's those few. Green, go for the goals. I love it, Karen. Let's see. I like the green idea. Keep voting, and I'll keep one of these other colors I'll use for the smaller headers. Maybe I might use one.
I don't know that one.
Oh, there goes Alexa talking to me. I don't know if I said Alexa. Apparently I did. Hey, Jessica. Good to see you. I'm going to go ahead and start writing out 2019 goals. Usually I'll try and center, so I already have that center line there. I want to put 2019 on one side and goals on the other, so I'm going to try and make this as centered as possible. And these are the Tombow dual brush pens they're awesome. Hi Jackie, good to see you. It's one of our giveaway winners from Facebook. And I do want to tell you about international giveaways for this Journal U52. If there's ever anything that's not shippable overseas, I will figure something else out if an international winner wins, because I don't want to exclude you guys. I want you to still participate, but some of the stuff is crazy expensive to ship, but I know that I can ship door hangers and stamps and stuff relatively cheap. So there might be some other things that we can get out to you. That is really weird. I wonder what I said. I might have to go back and figure out what I said to make Alexa, I don't know, it's really strange. Alright, so what other colors do you guys want me to use? I got blue, pink, and then I have a light blue. This is, well, shoot, no, I think I'm going to use Feud No Zucchini, sorry. Actually, I'll show you guys a new pen. This is one of the Pentel Touch pens. So these are some of my other favorite little beginner lettering pens. Once I get done with the video, I'll link all of these tools that I'm using in the info, so make sure to check it out down below if you are interested in trying any of these. But I know that these are relatively cheap. They're made by Pentel. I think they're just called sign pens. If you look at them on Amazon, Pentel sign pens are some of my top favorite pens too. So now I'm just going to write the headers of all of these. Maybe I'll do some decoration or something with the other colors that I have. So you can always come up with different names for your goal categories. There is like the Level 10 Life. You might want to look into that. They have some great categories there. I am listing mine with 6 different ones that are just important. We'll do social. And this is the fun part, just the lettering part, so. Oh, okay. Okay, and then I'll do health. So these are types of I'm just going to separate these with little dots because it's kind of squeezed in. So family. Next will be, I'm going to put, instead of business, I'm going to put career, just shorter word. Personal, I'm going to put me, since that's another shorter word. Me goals, and then other. And when you are thinking of different goals, you can definitely make them as big or as small as you want to, but a good way to think about them is looking like in the future, maybe a year from now, or even 6 months, 3 months from now, and think about kind of where you want to be here with these goals. So I think this actually might be a good spot for like washi tape. So let me see. I was raving to you guys about Wish last week. This is from Wish as well, and I haven't even opened these, so I hope that the quality is okay. But let me know what color you want me to use out of these. I'm thinking blue, green, red, pink, purple. Let me know if you have any suggestions, and I'll use these to actually separate the goals. I might use 2 colors. so I don't really use washi that much on my layouts. I don't think I've used it at all this. But let's see. Blue. First one. Let's do blue. Jessica says blue. Let's start it off with going across. So this is just like a fun way to use washi in your journal, just to separate things. I'm just gonna go all the way and see what happens. And I'm just going over that pencil line that I just made. All right, Lori says blue too. Maybe I'll do every other one. Let's see. I'm so weird about, let's see. This is actually pretty good stuff. If I find a link on this, I'll share it with you too, this washi tape. I'll tell you how cheap Wish is. This stuff was probably like $2 max. And then another cool thing about it is you can, sometimes if somebody has something in their cart, then you can, if you buy it at the same time that they do, you get y'all both get a discount. So it's kind of like, that's kind of a cool thing too. My dog's wanting out now. He's like, time to go. He gets anxious. It was my Coda's 12th birthday yesterday, so we had a big celebration. Not really, but let me see. One of these colors. I'll use that pink VK Creighton suggested. We'll do pink next. We'll do that in between them. It's not like, I like the thinner washi so it doesn't take up as much room, especially for something like this when you do want to write some things in there. And washi, this is easily tearable if you want to tear it. I've never used tearable in a different way than just tearable, but you could tear it, but the scissors make it more even. Something like down the middle, maybe there is where I can do yellow. Corrine, is that how I say your name? Since you said yellow next, we'll do yellow right down the middle of this page. And it's kind of cool when it overlaps because it's still kind of translucent, I guess. You can kind of see the other colors that come through. Ah, ta-da! So on this other page, I'm going to write little headers up here. I told you this was just a super simple layout. I also have a divider here. I'll go ahead and put a yellow one here too, just right down the middle. And I honestly didn't think to use washi until like just now. I've been wanting to use this, but didn't really know how to use it. But I have way over the top amount of washi for somebody who never uses it. I use it a lot to package mail and everything like that. So I'm like, should I add this? Should I not? You can always remove it if you end up not liking how it looks, so it makes it a lot easier. Yay! Alright, so the next thing we will do is write the headers up here. I will continue to use this one. Let's see. And we're just going to write habits to form. And the thing about habits is you don't want to take on too many at one time. So like when I'm thinking about my health goals, I know that, which is kind of strange, but I want to start drinking more tea, like instead of coffee. And just as there's so many that have so many health benefits, so I'm trying to incorporate tea into my daily routine, like before I go to bed. So anyways, that could be like a simple habit to incorporate into your life, just as you go making, and before you know it, it will be like part of your routine. You won't even have to really think about it. And it's enjoyable and fun. Actually, I do have a tracker I want to show you guys with all that. Habits to form. So that's just an example of one of the habits you can try and teach yourself. And that's where habit trackers and everything come in. And then next steps to take, that could be, I can use the simple tea example. Next steps to take would be like buy some tea or set up a tea station in your house or something like that. I've gotten organized a little bit of my tea collection. I only have a few different ones that I'm trying right now, but they're all nicely organized and easy to access. That's another thing, is making those good habits easy and the bad habits harder to do. But you might want to like improve your lettering. That might be like some kind of goal, and you could leave just a sheet of paper or practice sheets or something like that right beside something that you are doing already. So like right on your nightstand, or when you're getting ready in the morning, you can add it, try it 5 minutes a day or something like that. But all right, next steps to take. So are there any type of habits, you guys? I do want to fill this out. I'm not going to fill everything out today, but next week I'll have it all filled out and show you everything. So this one was super simple. I do probably will come back and maybe embellish some of this. Is there anything else you guys want to see today? Because I am like, I could show you like those stickers I got from Wish. I also want to share you, I think there's like a coupon thing I can share with you guys for the app. I'm not like getting paid or anything by Wish. Oh, I did want to actually show you the gallery of the goals. I don't know if you guys have seen the galleries. They are included in your emails. I will do a flip through real quick before let's see. And this Journal U52 has kind of helped me keep up with my own journal a little bit better. So I'm trying to actually get creative nightly and try and do stuff in it, not necessarily weekly and monthly spreads, but kind of keep organized when I'm doing it. Y'all obviously, in practice lettering and everything, y'all obviously saw the this one last week. This is the finished one. I thought about maybe doing washi here too to make it a little bit more fun, but we'll see what happens. I was just lettering through the Golden Globes the other night. That is just, I think that was last week at this time. I did want to finish this and kind of like label winners and stuff like that, but I was just practicing with one of my pens. This is a little YouTube spread. This is like the things I have to do before I go live here, and then the things I need to do afterwards. So it's kind of a quick guide, and this is kind of what I'm going to use my journal for a lot more, is keeping up with lists and brain dumps and research and things like that, instead of putting all my schedule in my book, and practicing lettering. So this is another thing from this week. This is The Bachelor. So my boyfriend and I literally went through the whole show, and every time they'd say like 8 people, we'd write them down in order, and then we'd go through when it was commercial and take our picks. So I'm the pink, he's the blue, And it's kind of funny. It just kind of makes it fun when we're watching. So like at the very end, we have like dinners promised for each other, whoever wins or whatever. So it'll be fun. I'm trying to think of how to, when they get eliminated, how to track that. Because last week, of course, a lot of them got kicked off already. So I'm putting like the X's. They're in pencil now, and there's checks on the ones that did get roses. So it's kind of funny. So let's see. This is, we got this new place in nearby, and you probably actually have them in Florida. I think they are in Florida and down here in the South, but it's called the Spice and Tea Exchange, and it's the store that I'm newly obsessed with. It's new. It has a ton of different spices, and it also has different teas. And these were, they had a little guide of their teas. So actually I cut this part out because I pasted it here. I got actually 2 copies, and it shows all the spices they have and all the teas. That's where I actually wrote it down from all these guys. And this is just another fun kind of way to practice lettering. I do still obviously need to have the header here, but I'm going to have some kind of checkbox or rating system or something for when I do try the teas. So this is kind of a fun one. And then let's see. Oh, a teardrop on the bachelor one. That's pretty funny. And I guess I can fill out a little bit more of this. This is another fun one. Just a Super Bowl playoff. I'm going to go into the Super Bowl. So this is actually some sponsors to look forward to if you are interested in sponsoring. Even if you have just a sticker shop or any kind of Etsy shop, I would love it if you guys. I already have some big people coming. This is like literally the whole year, so I'm writing down all the sponsors that are coming for giveaways and everything. Right now I'm giving away a lot of the stuff in my collection here, but in the future I am going to have some guest sponsors, and I'm really super excited about it, and a lot of them will have to do with the themes of the week. So that's just another kind of very functional spread that's actually in an Excel spreadsheet on my computer, or Google Sheets spread, but I just kind of did it here. And that's like a kind of like a Calendex. And then this I did want some sort of recollection of my month and my throughout the journal. So I'm not necessarily doing weekly spreads, but this is just kind of an overview of the month. So that's obviously just a work in progress, and I'm going to keep going back to it during the month. This, I don't know if you guys have seen, I did post this last night, but I mentioned the 5 new guest teachers in Journal U. If you want to save 40% off, you can use any of these coupon codes for saving that. And it actually helps out the teacher. They'll get part commission from it. So if you do like any of those guys and you've thought about buying Journal U, that's my big old course with everything, then one of these coupon codes will help save you some money. So got some other Journal U back-end stuff and some people I want to contact for these things. And then also, this is the last one, so this is all that I have in my current one. I do want to flip over really quickly to our gallery. So all of the future topics will have galleries with them. And I just want to go over this goals gallery. This is what they look like, and it's actually super cool because you guys can go in and like and comment on these things. So it shows you actually who's a member up here, and then you can go through and see comments and likes. Let's see, can you see that on the side here? So like when I add pictures, which I'm going to try and add pictures regularly, you can actually see it on a feed, and you can go through and like these pictures. So these are just kind of fun that I've gathered from the past 2 or 3 years that I've been keeping up with all this stuff, and since I started. But I do just like to have them all in one place, so if you do want a big inspiration for your goal spreads, you can look at all of these. And make sure, very important, if you try and use any of these, then I want you to definitely credit the artist on a lot of these, and some of them their usernames might have changed, but this is when I took the picture. These are just some fun, super cool ways to track different goals. So definitely go and check these out. The link is down below too in this info to go and look at these for yourself. But I love you guys, if you joined these little albums, you can go through and get tons of ideas and definitely go through and like and comment and everything here. This one's actually here today. This was a cool one for a bucket list kind of thing for 2019. This was her last year one, but that's another cool spread to do for goals. It's like a bucket list type spread. So anyways, I thought that these were cool. These are some super recent ones to make sure, again, if you get inspiration, to tag the people for sure, because there's all kinds of inspiration out there and some people don't get enough credit for their awesome ideas. So anyways, let's see. All right, so that is it for today. Make sure when you share your goals spread to share it on Instagram with that tag JY02, and please subscribe if you haven't already to the YouTube channel. You'll get the notifications when there's a new video posted, and I hope to provide more shorter, helpful videos on YouTube this year, definitely. And you can see my little pup there. He's been up and about, but he's back in his little spot. That's Shug there. So anyways, I appreciate you guys coming, and please just next week I will be live again at the same time, same place, 3 o'clock on YouTube, and I will send out the prompt and the winner of the giveaway on Friday. So make sure you're subscribed. If you didn't get the email on Friday with the prompt, make sure to go to the Journal U, what is Journal U52 link down there, and make sure you add your email address so you can get updated for the next one. So I appreciate you guys so much for coming, and I will see you guys next time. So bye.